Hi guys, this is Molly with Soul School Tarot Astrology, and I'm here with you guys for a quick check-in on the Mercury Retrograde. So this is an intuitive tarot reading, other words, a pick a pile. So I numbered them and I realized that they're backwards, probably backwards to you guys. I don't know, actually, maybe it flips it. I don't know. Anyways, this is the order that I'm going to be drawing them in, pile number 1, 2, and 3. So if you feel intuitively drawn to one of those piles, you can find the timestamps below. If you want to choose based on the crystal, I have a green quartz for pile number 1. I have an amethyst for pile number 2. And I have a black tourmaline here for pile number 3. Okay, so you guys, I have a fun collection of cards here. I've pulled from just some really fun decks. I have a William Shakespeare poker deck that I've used for like, it's just got all the quotes. I'm a big Shakespeare nerd, so we're gonna get into it. Go ahead and check out your timestamps below. I'm gonna get ready to pull for pile number 1. Okay guys, TBH, I had to pause to get back to a client, but I am super ready for this. If you chose pile number 1 or the green quartz, this is the message for you. We're going to start with, what are you going through? You guys, wow. From the Vintage Wisdom Oracle, and then also my Game of Thrones tarot, which you guys, up until tonight, was an uprights only deck. Okay, so yeah, I've had this deck for almost a year, and I didn't even read with it because I was for a long time because I was afraid of how thin the cards were. But I started reading with it only upright, and then tonight I went ahead and I shuffled it up. So we could have had some reversals, and we don't. We have you guys walking away from something here. So we've got some tools, advice, and outcome on the bottom row, but I'm going to go ahead and dig into what it is that you're going through. Wow. Okay, you guys. So the first card here is perception. All right. And I really honestly feel like the two masks, they're what's talking to me right now, okay? There's an issue that viewed from one side is an absolute tragedy, but if you view it from another angle, you actually are like, can almost laugh about it, all right? That's a huge mood. I get a lot of different messages with this card whenever it comes out, but tonight, it's about perception. It's about something that I think has really had you caught up for a long time, but you guys are learning and you're growing and you're beginning to walk away from it. And I don't know, maybe even see some humor in it, okay? If not humor, then what's happening is you're changing a tragedy to a comedy. All right, we've got Shakespeare on the table, so we have to talk about the difference between a tragedy and a comedy according to Shakespeare. Okay, in a tragedy, people die at the end. In a comedy, they get married at the end. Okay, so you typically, like, people coming together, that is the definition of what is a comedy. Okay, so I kind of feel like, I don't feel like this is a reunion of a relationship. I feel like this is somebody moving away from something, potentially a relationship, but something that you saw before as having this disastrous ending, but you can look at it differently now. Mercury retrograde will do that for you. And you have a new perception, which allows you to just like really walk away from it. Okay? And you can find your happy ending. Because the 5 of Cups, okay, this is loss and this is disappointment. It's the first card out from the Game of Thrones tarot. But then we've got the 8 of Cups, which is walking away from all of that crap. Okay? But also, okay, I love how they've grouped the 8 of Cups here to where you have 7 of them together and then 1 over here. Like the 7 are over here where he's leaving from, and the 1 is where he's headed towards. All right. So there's some sort of like maybe even an illusion, okay? A misperception that you guys had about sticking around in a certain situation, okay? Jon Snow thought he was going to be in the why can't I think of what they're called? They're not the men in black, but they wear all black, okay? But the people who guard the wall, okay? He thought he was going to be like a brother of the Night's Watch or whatever they're called. I know this show. I'm just in an intuitive space right now. I can't think of it. He thought he was going to be there forever. That was the rest of his life, okay? And yeah, some really sad things happened, but he realized that there was power in walking away. And then we have the Temperance card, all right? So this is about patience, but it's about healing. It's about taking what we've learned from the past and integrating it into our new path moving forward, okay? So it's a really, really positive card. That's what you guys are going through right now, all right? A tool that you have available to you. This is from the John D. Oracle. And you guys, there's so much to do with this oracle, because when you read a full-on reading, each card has its general meaning, and then it has its meaning in different positions. So there's no way I have all of these memorized. I'm going to the book. Your tools that you have available to you now. You have Gerardus Mercator, the Green Geographer. Okay, the John D. Oracle, actually, fun fact, I've got John Dee and William Shakespeare were contemporaries. They both worked for Queen Elizabeth I. All right, so the John Dee Oracle talks about different Renaissance and medieval, even ancient philosophers. And Mercator, all right, and geographers, mathematicians, magicians, stuff like that, okay? Mercator is a geographer, and he came up with like, I think he's the first guy who made a globe, okay? He made globes and maps and stuff like that, all right? So in this deck, the geographer is all about looking for new directions, okay? So I love that. You guys are walking away from something old and you're looking for a new direction. Here's what the book says. In the great adventure of life, you require signposts to help you find your way. Whenever you feel lost or abandoned, tune into the surroundings in which you find yourself. It's not just a physical location. There are also spiritual and circumstantial indicators on your journey. See yourself as an explorer, seeking the way forward through territory that may sometimes be uncharted or may cause some kind of anxiety when the ground seems uncertain beneath your feet. You guys, that totally fits with the whole story of, Jon Snow kind of walking away from the situation. And he knew where he was headed. But, he really did kind of like the universe came together to get him there. All right? So your tools that you have available to you are in the environment around you. Make sure that you are being open to receiving guidance and signposts, if you will. Synchronicities. You look at the clock and it says 11:11. You're on the right path. You're where you're supposed to be. Okay? So definitely trust your intuition at this time. Look for signs around you. All right? Now, advice at this time. This is, it's a poker deck. I don't typically do cartomancy, which is what it's called when you use a poker deck. All right? But you guys, it's a Shakespeare poker deck, all right? Brevity is the soul of wit. I love, and this is from Hamlet, I love that wit came up because I was talking about almost like this tragedy becoming a comedy, all right? You being able to like almost see some humor in it, all right? But this is an 8 of Swords. I almost feel like this is, now I'm hearing the last word. This is maybe like you wanting to have the last word. Okay? I almost literally feel like the 8 swords in this. Oh, wait. The diamonds. I'm going to go ahead and take it the way that I first interpreted it. Diamonds are technically translating to pentacles, right? But I'm going to go ahead and interpret it as if it is an 8 of swords because that's where I was intuitively guided, okay? I really feel like some of you guys want to say something as you're walking away and you're being asked not to, okay? But it's an 8. 8 is a time of change and transformation, all right? So if you're walking away because you're essentially a new you, the new you doesn't need to have the last word, okay? Alrighty? So the outcome. I really feel like you're able to let something go that could have been a major source of chaos if you hadn't walked away from it, okay? And in fact, if you follow this advice to just go ahead, brevity is the soul of wit. What it means is like you can't, like jokes are less funny the longer they are. Maybe that's the exact message. Jokes are less funny the longer they are. That's what brevity is the soul of wit means, okay? Just let it go. Just let it go, because you know what? You're tired of that tower. You're tired of that tower energy. That tower energy is the reason why you're walking away. You want to go to the place where you feel grounded, you feel stable, you feel in control. And that can be achieved by just walking away. Walk away. Be silent, okay? Now, if you know the future, what happens with Jon Snow, that's what he's walking away. Essentially, that is his destiny. He's stepping into some major emperor territory. All right? Taking control of his life. Stop being a whiny baby. All right? I'm not telling you, but I'm saying that's what happened to Jon Snow. He finally quit whining. He went and got the girl. And then he had to deal with that. Y'all know he had to deal with that, right? If you watch the show. Okay? But nonetheless, what you're doing right now is the right thing. All right? Because I feel like you're seeing something from a different perspective and you're realizing it no longer serves you. You're walking away and you're able to heal. This might be scary territory, uncharted, like we said, but understand that there are messages all around you to let you know that you are, in fact, on the right path. Now, Mercury's going to be going direct on March 9th. And that is also when we have, I believe that's the date, that's also when we have a full moon in Virgo. So definitely expect things to start to clear up around that time. And in the meantime, best of luck to you guys through the rest of this Mercury retrograde. All right, this is the reading for those of you who chose, pile number 2, or this beautiful tumbled amethyst that I've got. Okay, so this is your Mercury retrograde check-in. We're starting off with what are you going through? Oh, wow, you guys, this is big. What are you guys going through right now? What tools do you have available? Advice is coming from Julius Caesar, you guys. I can't even wait to get all of this out. I am like, you guys, this energy right now, are you serious? Okay. I feel like it goes, no, yeah, all right. No, it goes this way. All right. Interesting. Lots of pentacles. You guys, I feel a super powerful energy right now, but this is all going on. This is, oh, yes. Okay. Welcome, you guys, to the pile, okay? Welcome to your message. Thought. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. This is the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. Thought. That's what y'all are going through, okay? I bet you guys are my earth signs, or probably earth dominant, okay? Because that's really, maybe air signs. That's really what I think is the theme For, go back and look at my Mercury retrograde readings that I did at the beginning when Mercury was about to go retrograde. I did one for the air, earth, water, and fire signs. For some reason, went to I don't even remember them, you guys, because that came from like a different space on a different day. But I really do feel like go ahead and go back to that video, whatever sign, especially if you're air or earth. Okay. So, yes. You guys are in decision-making mode because we have Justice and the Judgment card. Okay? And then the 9 of Spears in the middle. And Spears are wands in this deck. This is the Game of Thrones tarot. Okay? So what you guys are going through is really thinking something over. That's such a Mercury retrograde thing to be doing. All right? So I feel like you guys are really trying to tune into your intuition, okay? Actually, there are these 2 pillars in the first reading that I don't know why they're having me do this, you guys. This is all like just, they want me to chase these pillars. But this is High Priestess energy. There are 2 pillars in the card that I drew for pile 1, but they had nothing to do with the message. I just like note to self they're present. Okay, so this high priestess is the moon. Okay, and the moon card in tarot is Pisces. So some of you guys are getting into your intuitive space and you're just really kind of thinking things over. I feel like these 2 pillars represent intuition and intellect. And this Justice card says that you're mastering that game right now. Balancing those 2. All right? Justice. Now, that gets the theme song playing in my head, all right? Now, 9 of Spears, especially in this deck, okay? If you know Game of Thrones, then you will really, really understand this. The 9 of Spears in the tarot, the Rider-Waite deck, is the guy, he's got like a bandage on his head. They call him the Wounded Warrior, all right? And you can see this guy is like, yeah, he's wounded, but you have to understand how much these guys were getting absolutely butchered by these guys in the battle that's being portrayed here. But this mofo just stands up and is like, let's freaking go. Let's do this. Okay? So I get this as sort of like a final battle card. Is what 9 of Spears in this deck means to me. I think you guys have decided to go ahead and face off against like your fears, your defensive, any sort of blockages that have been going on around you, any sort of attacks that you feel like you've been under. And I feel like you've made the decision sitting in this place where you're balancing thought and intellect. Thought and intuition and intellect are the words that want to come out of my mouth. Okay. You made this decision to go back. Because then you could just be done. You could just be done and be like, okay, I freaking surrender. No. The fire is back in you. So the Judgment card is calling up something that was previously dead. That's literally what this guy is doing in this scene from the Game of Thrones. Okay, if you don't know about the animated corpses, like, spoiler alert, check it out. It's really a great show until the last season, and then we all get disappointed. So, all right. So this is amazing. You guys are in this amazing place of thought. You're coming to a decision, all right, to go ahead and get something done, all right? This 4 of Cups that's coming at you too, oh my God, I can't even wait to get there. First, I'm going to talk about the tools that you have available to you, all right? This is from the John D. Oracle deck. Ooh, you got the Geographer too? Okay, so there's, I think, 8 different keys, if you will, all right? There's suits and then there's keys, all right? So 8 different archetypes of knowledge, you know, spanning back ancient, medieval, Renaissance times, right? So you got Sir Francis motherfucking Drake, the silver geographer. Geographers are about finding your way, all right? Finding your path. So let's see. These cards all have different meanings based on where they, like what position they're in the reading. So that's why you kind of got to go to the deck. And I'm using just the overall meaning for each of these in this reading. So Sir Francis Drake, right? I believe he circumnavigated the globe. He's from the Elizabethan era, so he was a contemporary. Also, I've got a card from the Shakespeare poker deck with the Shakespeare quotes, so these are contemporaries as well. Yes, he circumnavigated the globe. So he's the like first dude to like go all the way around the world in a boat, as far as we know. Okay, so here is his thing. As you navigate the roads of daily life, try to put down roots or set up markers so that if you need to, you can return to these earlier places and explore them again. Old and neglected ways sometimes have more to offer than you think, and it's best never to decide that you're done with something until you have mapped all aspects of its landscape. For every outer aspect, there is an inner. Be mindful of this, even if you are not given to spiritual exploration. If you are given to spiritual exploration, did he not just say, as within, so without? That's what he said to me. For every outer aspect, there is an inner. As within, so without. Okay? Some of you just need that message right there. Okay? But also what he's saying is there's something, it's a tool that you have not been using a lot lately. Okay? I don't know. It's in your past. All right? Old and neglected ways sometimes have more to offer than you think. All right? So try doing something like the way that you might have done it in the past, I guess. That's what it's saying to me, okay? Here is the advice, okay? The advice is just do it. The advice is just do it. But Julius Caesar says, in fact, I think Cassius says this to Brutus when he's trying to convince him to go in on the plot to murder Caesar. Because he's like, why is Caesar getting all this attention when we're just as great as Caesar is? Upon what meat doth this our Caesar feed that he has grown so grand, grown so large, something like that. It's this whole, you guys, I used to know like half of this speech, but it's basically what he's saying. Men at some times are masters of their fates. The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves that we are underlings. Okay? So there are opportunities in life that you get to take control. And that's what you're doing by making this decision and acting, where you get to be a master of your fate. If this doesn't work out for you, you cannot blame the stars. You would have to blame yourself that you would choose to remain a quote-unquote underling, all right? So you're being asked to step up in a major way. The universe is calling you to do this, okay? You've made the decision. You know it's the right thing to do, all right? Mercury Retrograde's a tricky time to move forward, though, okay? So, yeah. This is something you've thrown away. These are old methods that you've thrown away. You have the same, you're on this mission. You're like, he's after the pentacle. He's after the pentacle. And there were old ways he used to go after the pentacle, but he doesn't do that anymore. And he's kind of forgotten that they're valid. All right. So this is an outcome here, by the way. This is what I pulled from here. All right. Finding that the way that you're working on it currently is not giving you the progress you need. All right. You will be able to move forward towards this goal if you're able to adopt different methods. Is exactly what this is here. All right? Slow and steady wins the race, but also like the Knight of Pentacles, especially in this deck, is the slowest moving. He's not going anywhere. Okay? The other horses are in some like different like rates of movement. He's just standing there. Okay? He doesn't want to move until he knows exactly where he's going and how he's going to get there. All right? You've got to be able to consider that your current methods are not the best. Like the way you're doing it now. You know what the situation is more than I do, you guys. It's a general reading, okay? But be willing to look at ways you used to do it that you didn't think, like just be willing to take old methods and try them for new problems, okay? I think that's the advice that's coming to you here. But you definitely have everything you need to be the master of your fate at this time, dear Brutus, okay? So, best of luck to you guys moving forward. I know you're going to do great. And best of Mercury Retrograde to you, all right? It's going to end on March 9th when we have a full moon in Virgo, and so I'll have some videos coming out for those pretty soon. If it resonated with you today, go ahead and hit that like button. Thank you so much for being here, pile number 2. All right, guys, this is your reading for if you chose pile number 3 or the Black Tourmaline. All right, let's get a peek at your Mercury Retrograde check-in. We're going to look first at, you guys. Oh, you guys. Oh, we're looking at what you guys are going through. Oh, you guys. Stop it. Wow. Okay, y'all are thinking about love. You got the Alchemist on the table. Okay. What are you going through is up here. This is tools you have, advice for you, and an outcome if you can take this advice. Okay? So, you guys, there is love in the air. You guys are thinking about it. Okay? But it's not in your hands. It's not right. It's sigh. She's sighing. Reflection. Okay? It is a Mercury retrograde, you guys. Understand that. It's a Mercury retrograde. So, of course, some of you guys are going to be reflecting on love from the past. And maybe you're thinking about a past lover. Maybe you're thinking about just a time that you were in love. But you're not feeling very hopeful right now, you guys. Okay? There's the Lover's card coming out. What y'all are going through. This is what you're reflecting on. This person is reflecting on like the things that they did in the past. Oh, you guys. You guys. I am feeling this right now. I want to give us, come on, bring it in. Let's just do a big group hug. Oh my gosh, you guys. So this star card is reversed, all right? Now, it's a pretty simple message even if you don't know the show, all right? It's dark times at Winterfell, all right? There's nobody in there who can help, but she knows she's surrounded. There are people out there who can help, all right? So she shines this light in the tower, okay, to sort of signal for help, but also it's like sending a message to somebody who's really far away and you know that they're receiving it. And that's reversed, you guys. So you're not feeling optimistic about this connection. You're feeling this is a lack of healing, but you guys, what it's coming from. I just did this reading earlier and I wasn't sure I was going to post it, but I'm going to post it now. Because this King of Cups from this deck was their reverse. And what was going on is that he was wallowing in his suffering. And you guys, I can relate to this so much. He was wallowing in this suffering over lost love about like, oh, this person just did me wrong. And it's like, no. You got to look at what did you do. How did you contribute to any sort of toxicity that maybe existed in the relationship? So that's one message that has to come out for some of you guys, is you actually will feel less pain when you step up and you take responsibility for what are the things that you did do wrong in the past, but then forgive yourself. Don't dwell in it, okay? Forgive yourself. You did the best you could in the past. This is how you become this new person that you can be when the star is upright. This is renewal when this is upright. So some of you guys are just having a hard time moving on to the next new thing. Okay? You're having a hard time being optimistic about love because this one opportunity didn't work out. All right? But I really do feel like there's this searching of the past. Like, what's the lesson? What's the lesson? What's the lesson? Y'all know that cycle. What's the lesson? What's the lesson? What's the lesson? Let's see what tools you have available to you. Okay. I gotta look this up. There are 8 different archetypes, you guys, and the Alchemist is my favorite. This is from the John D. Oracle. I don't even know this guy. Ramon. I don't even want to try to say his last name. Because what if he's from Spain and it's like 2 L's at the beginning and 2 L's at the end? He's the Silver Alchemist. The Alchemist has the ability to transmute. Majorca. I don't know where Majorca is. All right. So anyways, what's this guy all about? Ooh, today he's considered one of the pioneers of computer theory. Huh. Although he married young, he later became a Franciscan monk. This guy had a little bit of everything, huh? So, wow. He wrote the first European novel. Interesting. Huh, he talks about the alchemy of the soul. Sorry guys, I just got really into that. I've never had this card before, and most of the figures in this deck, they're like ancient, medieval, Renaissance, philosophers, magicians, mathematicians, astronomers, stuff like that. Okay? So most of them I'm familiar with. I didn't even know this guy. Alright? So, I really honestly feel, because here's the thing, the portrait that this is painting of him is he was kind of a little bit of a sinner, but in with the church. Okay? So for some of you guys, your tools you got are some connections. And this ability to kind of walk both sides of a line. Alright? Don't allow yourself to become too dependent on the 5 senses, is the interpretation for this card, on what you perceive as reality. Are you guys Virgos? Okay, sorry. No, this is really, like, this is the message that came across, especially for my earth signs and my Virgos. We have a Virgo full moon coming up. That's when Mercury is going to go direct on March 9th, Virgo full moon, okay? That in itself is going to be a gift to you guys, all right? Okay? So, like, the true lesson of Mercury retrograde comes at the end of it. All right? But listen to this. Look to the realm of the imagination also, and especially to the idea of magic. It's all too easy to be caught up in the manifestation of the outer world and to, yes, you guys, to neglect the secret universe that surrounds us. Don't just depend on your everyday understanding. Look at the world from inside as well as the outside, just the same as my last pile. As within, so without. That's the message that I got from that. We had 3355 on the timer right when I said that. Synchronicities. All right? So, some of you guys are straight up like, what you need to do, what you need to manifest at this time is not outside of you. It is within. It's about transmuting the soul. All right? You've got to... Well, one obvious lesson that I feel is they want me to bring up now, it's not obvious. It's just like it was right there and I didn't mention it. So it should be obvious to me. All right. Is that the love that you're seeking from without, you need to give to yourself. So even if you messed up and you're like, man, that person would never forgive me, go ahead and just forgive yourself. Because that is what is truly needed for your healing. You might think that you need something from somebody else to be able to heal and move on from this. But you have everything you need to be able to transmute. To transmute is to take what is and turn it into something else. All right? Next time you go thinking down a path that ends up with you feeling bad or sorry for yourself or mad at yourself, you got to switch that around and say, I'm really proud of myself for enduring that so that I could learn the lesson that I know will come to me. Change the narrative. You got to interrupt the script that's going on in your head and rewrite it. Okay? That's alchemy, you guys. All right? That's alchemy. Rewrite your subconscious narrative right now. All right? Now, your advice, you guys. This is from King Lear. I'm going to let you know. King Lear, I didn't get through it. Okay? I studied Shakespeare in college a lot. I did a lot of research on Shakespeare. I wrote a lot of papers on Shakespeare. But yeah, I could not get into King Lear. Okay? I know what it's about. I can answer the Jeopardy questions on it. But so I'm not as familiar with these quotes. So this is not just one piece of advice. There's 6. Okay? This is 10 of Cups. All right? This, to me, echoes the message, the love that you're seeking from without, give it to yourself. This is because the 10 of Hearts equates to the 10 of Cups in the tarot. Have more than thou showest. Speak less than thou knowest. Lend less than thou owest. Ride more than thou goest. Learn more than thou trowest. Set less than thou throwest. Okay, those last 2 are a little lost on me, and trust me, when I was in grad school, I was a master at reading Shakespeare in English. Okay, it's about being humble. Okay, not just being humble, but like really, really look. This again, you guys, it's about you're looking at the outside world for happiness, and it's asking you to look within. Okay. It's asking you to look, be grateful for what it is that you do have. Be grateful for the love that does surround you. Lend less than thou owest. That's very, very important. And what that means is like, it's just advice for the investments that you're making. You guys, I don't even know how long your reading is going because I keep getting sucked into these intuitive holes, and I'm not mad about it. It's getting you the message, right? Okay? Lend less than thou owest. Don't give out what you don't have to give to yourself. I don't want that to feel like a call out. I want it to feel like a call in. That's my pile right here. Okay, you guys, I've been through it. But understand that there is happiness around you, all around you. Okay, so the outcome here, you guys, wow. Mastery of intellect and emotion. You took this, you're using your tools of transmutation, you guys. And the strength card in the middle with the infinity symbol. You guys. This is self-acceptance. This is pride in who you are, in your own feelings. Don't let somebody else make you feel bad about the feelings that you had. Don't let you make yourself feel bad about loving somebody. Okay? Even if it didn't work out, you were given an opportunity to love somebody. Okay? And you said yes. I just shared this poem, 3939. I just shared this poem with some friends of mine. It's my favorite poem that I've ever written. And it's about those people that tell us that we care too much, that we fall in love too easy, that we get our hearts broken too much. I fall in love 10 times a day and there are half as many broken hearts. And that's a line from that poem. Okay? It's the shrunken-hearted people that need to be criticized, not the people who tell you that you care too much. This is really beautiful because from where this energy's at, this feels like a King of Cups reverse, somebody who's not really understanding their emotions. Okay? And I feel like there's somebody lost in thought. So this is somebody who has mastery over their emotions and their thoughts because they understand them. And this is what gives them the endurance to move on. They feel proud of themselves. Okay? All of us are going to die. And you said no to love today. How brave does that make you feel? That's another line from that poem. Okay? You know what's really fucking brave? Saying yes to love. Saying yes to love. And loving yourself. Saying yes to the love that is all around you. Alright? But for some of you guys, this is a specific message about, like, somebody has made you, has convinced you that you should feel bad about how much you cared in a situation. And that person can go live their miserable, crappy life because why else are we here? If not to love when we're given an opportunity to love. Am I right? I think I'm right, you guys. This 10 of Cups, man, you do have so much love surrounding you. All right? What you're like debating is whether that's a good thing or not. And the answer is yeah. Yeah. Okay? Guys, I wish I could remember where this advice came from months ago. Months ago. When I was going through some things. Okay? I was going through this exact feeling. Mad at myself for having cared so damn much about a situation where I didn't feel like I got that back. All right? And I was blaming myself. I felt hopeless and I needed to look at it. I needed to transmute the situation. Okay? And I got this advice that said, what is the thing, whatever is the thing that you consider to be your greatest weakness, learn to reframe it. I feel like this is a Rob Brezsny piece of advice from Free Will Astrology. Okay? Learn to reframe it as your greatest superpower. You know what I realized was my greatest weakness at that point in time? According to that narrative, I loved too much. And you know what I've realized about myself now? Because I'm sitting in this place and not this place, is that my great big old heart is not my biggest weakness. It is my greatest superpower. All right? And it's yours too. I love you guys so much. All right? I don't think I told Pile 1 and 2 I love them. So don't make them jealous, okay? You guys, it's between us, all right? Like the video if it resonated with you. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for being here. Mercury goes retro, or goes direct, what did I say, March 9th, okay? And that's a Virgo full moon, so I'm going to get some readings out to you before then. Take care. Thank you so much for being here with me today.